Hi, I'm Robert Bacal, and I'm the author of a number of best-selling books on performance management and performance appraisal. And today I wanted to talk to you about how to deal with a negative performance review, or how to deal with a disappointing performance review, where your manager seems to think that, at least on the surface, your performance is not as good as you thought it was. And that's pretty common because, according to the research, about 80% of people feel that they are above average in their workplace performance. Now, clearly, mathematically, that doesn't work. You can't have 80% above average. You can have 50% above average, but you can't have 80%. So, first, the emotional reaction. You walk in, you sit down, and you get a number of negative comments or what you feel are critical comments about your performance. And it feels like a kick in the stomach. You weren't expecting it, you were hoping you'd get some positive comments, and you're angry. So the first thing that you have to do is keep this in context. Any kind of negative or disappointing comments may not be all that important. Some companies don't put a lot of emphasis on performance reviews. They just do the forms and file them, and they never use them for anything. Okay. In addition to that, you don't know how the manager appraises your colleagues. Some managers tend to be very stingy with good ratings and good comments. So it may be that, in fact, you could be doing very well, but the manager is hesitant to start giving you a lot of perks, a lot of compliments. Okay, so the first thing to keep in mind during the meeting is that you should avoid having, if you can, having these big emotional reactions to something which may not be that important. Okay, so we need to put this in context. One of the things that you can do during a performance review when you are not feeling happy and you're starting to feel anger is slow down your responses. That's one of the best ways to keep control of your angry feelings and your frustration. Okay, there's other techniques too, but remember, keep breathing, try and keep your muscles relaxed. That will help you stay in control so you don't blurt out anything. Okay. Another thing that you need to remember is that you need to listen and hear, because in those comments may be some very important things about what you can do in the future to be more of a productive employee in your manager's eyes. Okay? Now, whether you disagree or not, there's always going to be some hints in there about what you can be doing. Okay? So you need to listen and hear, and you also need to get clarification. Push the manager to be specific about his or her comments about your performance, about what you do. It's really important. Managers aren't necessarily good at giving feedback, and they may say things, well, you haven't communicated well. So what you need to do is ask for specifics. When did that happen? Can you give me an example? That kind of thing. The more concrete the information you can get from the manager, the better off you will be. Okay? In addition, when you're sitting down and you're in a meeting, okay, try and become a problem solver. Okay? Ask questions. What can I do in the future? And that's another thing you want to do. Be future oriented. Okay? Now, I know all of this is going to be a little tough because you still feel like you're getting kicked in the butt, in the gut, and probably in the butt too. Okay, but this is where you start during the meeting. Okay, so what do you not say in the meeting? And I have to tell you that these kinds of meetings where you're feeling upset and emotional are kind of a crossroads, because if you handle them badly, for example, if you storm out, if you make the wrong comments, that kind of thing, what you're going to do is you're going to come across to the manager as even worse than what he or she thinks you are, and that's going to be a problem. Okay? In fact, if you have these emotional reactions, what's going to happen is you're probably going to confirm the worst thoughts that the manager has about you, and that's not a good thing. Okay? So a couple of points, and then I'm going to give you some more information about where you can go to get more advice on how to dispute, the issues of signing things, that kind of stuff, okay? But a couple of points. Never accuse your manager of being biased, having a personal dislike, or having any motive or motivation that's disreputable. Don't do it. You may think those things. You may think that the manager has never liked you. But to come out and say, well, you never liked me in the first place, and that's why you're giving me a review, makes you into a pain-in-the-ass employee. Okay? Keep those opinions to yourself. Okay? Or talk with your spouse or partner in private. But that's not a constructive way to come at this. The second thing, don't threaten your manager. At this point, particularly in the meeting, you don't know what's going on. You don't even know if this is important or whatever. So don't start saying things, well, I really disagree and I'm going to your boss to register a complaint. Okay. That is pretty much going to destroy the possibility of an ongoing relationship with the manager. Okay. If you want to stay in that job, then you don't threaten the manager. And finally, this is something that a lot of people do, so you got to watch out for it. Never defend yourself by comparing yourself to coworkers or putting down colleagues. You may feel that you're better at your work than 80 or 90% of the people you work with. But you know what? That's just not relevant. You need to focus on you, on what you do, and not on what anybody else does. As soon as you start saying, well, I'm better than them, once again, you're going to come across as petty and the kind of employee, to be honest, that no manager wants to have. Okay, I'm going to put up some stuff on the screen shortly. We have a Learn Bytes help card entitled How to Deal with a Negative Performance Review, which is a lot more information. And you can actually carry this with you either in paper form or on your tablet or phone, and you can consult this before each and every performance review. Okay, that's it for now. Good luck.